Hoje a gente vai desenrolar uma ideia com Mike Muir, cara. Ele é o cara que tá à frente do Infectious Grooves, é o cara do Suicidal Tendencies, essa banda tão fodaralha que tá aí há tantos anos, tantos shows, né, que já tiveram aqui, que a gente já foi, que pulou, que... Porra, eu tô mó emocionada, assim, sério. É um negócio louco conversar com ele. E vamos à entrevista. Mike Muir, do Suicidal Tendencies. Tem noção? Mike Muir, do Suicidal Tendencies, assim, eu vou falar uma real, cara, eu morro de medo quando eu tenho que conhecer alguém que eu sou muito fã, sabe, que você fala, puta, e se o cara for mó mala? E é mó alívio quando você conhece a pessoa e vê que é mais do que você imaginava, assim. Eu tô emocionadíssima de falar com o Mike Muir, do Suicidal Tendencies, cresci ouvindo Suicidal, cresci ouvindo Infectious Grooves, então vamos lá começar aqui com o Sofá 89. Mike Muir, te acho maravilhoso, acho você, assim, pra música, a sua história é fenomenal, a diferença que você fez na vida das pessoas e continua fazendo pelo lifestyle e tudo mais. Queria saber se você tem noção disso.
Wow. It's a difficult question to answer, but to me, I know the influence that my dad had on me, and my dad always said things when people would say something, they said, you know, I'll tell you everything I think you need to know and what to do. He goes, if you do good, I'm not taking the credit. If you do bad, I'm not taking the blame. And for us, I think sometimes we just want to be the person to remind people that you can do it. You can do better. And even though there'll always be people that are telling you can't do that, that's life. Use that as motivation.
O Mike Muir, assim, é interessante porque ele sempre cita o pai dele nas entrevistas. A impressão que dá é que ele tem uma família bem estruturada que sempre apoiou ele. O irmão dele é o Red Dog, é um cara, assim, icônico no skate. Ele é dos anos 60, né, da gig dos Z-Boys. Foi um dos caras que criou o skate laminado. Enfim, o cara é muito fodaralho. Então eu queria saber do Mike Muir se a família dele ajudou ao nascimento de uma das maiores bandas do mundo, que é o Suicidal.
Again, I think it goes to my dad. My dad played in America college football, and so a lot of his friends, football, and they had kids, you're football. A lot of my friends, if their dad was police, you're police, you're military, they try to put in direction. And when my dad, his friends would say, are they going to play football? And he goes, I don't know, they want to. And what are they going to do? He goes, they need to find their own path. My brother ended up being a pro skateboarder. I ended up doing music. My other sister was an accountant. My other sister became a speech pathologist. You have to have something that you feel that makes you want to get up in the morning. And even though that yesterday may not have been good, you think like today's going to be better. And so I think that's the biggest influence is we want people to find their own path. Whatever they do it the best way they can.
E como que você descobriu esse caminho? Como que foi a música para você?
Because I was young and music was everywhere. You heard it, but I didn't feel it. And the first time that I heard something and I was like, whoa, I felt it. I was like, why do I feel this? And most music I don't. And why when the radio and people sing along, baby, 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 I'm like, I don't know who this baby is, but I want to kill it, you know? And then the second part was, and my brother was 5 years older, so he gives me Black Sabbath for Christmas, so he can have the record. But you'd feel the difference of certain records that had feeling and emotion. And then I was saying the story of the first time I went to a punk rock show, and it was, wow, it was the best thing ever. This is great. And then, when's the next show? And the next week I went, and I was going, this is the worst thing ever. And I realized it's not the style, it's how people do it and the way that they go about it. And then I found, in punk rock, there were so many rules. People said, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this, and then you're an individual. And I'm like, what? You can't dress that way, you gotta dress the way we do. You gotta think the way we do, you gotta this. And I was like, always motivated by people telling me I can't do something, you're not supposed to do that.
Vou aproveitar essa deixa, então, para você dar aquele exemplo que você falou da comida.
Music to me is like, it's too much, it's peer pressure or something, and people like it because, you like that song? Oh, okay. And, if you have food and you're eating this and you're like, this is so good, and someone says, ooh, how could you eat that? oh gosh, it's nasty, You don't, and if it's something you don't like, I don't like asparagus. People could tell me how good it is, but I can't eat it, you know. And music should be food. It's something that comes within, you know. You feel within, and you know that, like, wow, this does something more than just hear it. You know, you feel it, and you know that's a personal thing. It should be a personal thing, and that's, like I said, you know, you eat something and you like it, and because someone else says that it's bad or this you don't like it, you know. So.
Demais. Você já tocou com vários caras, toca ainda com grandes nomes da música, né? Já tocou com o Rock, já tocou com o Stephen Perkins, já tocou, sei lá, com uma caralhada de gente assim extremamente importante, e agora tá com o Dave Lombardo. Mas sem contar o Trujillo, né? Do Infectious Grooves, que tá tocando uma bandinha mais ou menos por aí. Tá só no Metallica, né? E eu queria saber como que é feito isso, assim, você liga pros caras e chama, ou eles que ligam pra você e estão a fim de tocar com você, assim, sabe?
I think the first thing is I like people that feel comfortable doing things that other people don't do. I think too often they're trying to mimic something, copy something, rather than try to do something a little bit different. And you know, even when Robert got into Suicidal, he was in all these funk bands and stuff, and he slapped the bass, and I'm like, yeah, that's cool. And it's like, we got into Suicidal, I'm like, hey, slap the bass on. He goes, you can't. No one slaps the bass. And I'm like, we did You Can't Bring Me Down. I said, you're slapping that song. Mm-hmm. And he's like, but you're not supposed to. And I think that the first tour that Robert did was with us in Europe in '89 with Anthrax, and he got out there, the first song we're playing, you know, and he's out there slapping the bass, and they're like, who the fuck is this dude? Where did you find him? But it sounded good. And it was different, but it's the feeling and the right thing. So I've always loved when people don't have rules to follow, and people that are in there and want to do it their way. And if I have to tell them how to do it, they're the wrong person.
Você citou, né, You Can Bring Me Down, o Lights Camera Revolution é um disco avassalador, e realmente a parte da cozinha do disco é impecável. Como que foi a saída, né? Você tocou com ele no Infectious Grooves, no Suicide um tempão. Quando o Trujillo vazou lá para tocar no Metallica, como que você recebeu isso?
Well, we had the same management. Suicidal was managed by Metallica's management for a while. And when Jason was out of the band, I heard he was out of the band. I called my friend that worked with them, and he worked with us when we were at Sony, and then he went to Q Prime and company. And I said, oh, so have they hired Robert yet? And he's like, well, no, I mean, they're doing auditions. And I said, okay, so when are these auditions? So they're going to hire Robert? And he's like, no. And I said, who are they auditioning? And he told me the people. And I said, so Robert's going to be the bass player. Tell him congratulations. And so I knew, and he was definitely the right person. If they didn't hire him, I think they wouldn't be. It's weird to say a band that's so big, but they wouldn't be where they are now, because he's kind of brought the excitement back into it, and I think they learned from the way they treated Jason and stuff. And so Robert came in, and Robert has a very, no pun intended, infectious, positive attitude that makes it hard to be down. It's like, wow, we're here, guys. Yeah, this is so cool. And there's some people that are like pep talks. Okay, now we're gonna go out there, but he's just like, yeah, you know, this is exciting. And so he's a really, and I'm proud to say this, a really good friend and a really good person. So I'm really happy for him.
O Robert Trujillo, ele tirou o baixo do lugar de sempre, né? Do lugar comum do baixista, né? Ele colocou o baixo ali ao lado do vocal, cara. Era tipo, baixo e guitarra tinham o mesmo peso, assim, sabe? Não só visual, como sonoro. Deixou de ser uma caminha. É muito, muito fodaralho. Mas ele continuou, né? O Suicidal continuou com outros músicos, assim, super foda, assim, sempre tocando com caras acima total da média. Mas, enfim, tem bandas que, né, a gente que não se gostam, tem bandas que não se gostam, mas a gente gosta de ver a banda, e isso gera dinheiro, porque fazem shows e tal. Se um dia chegar perto de acontecer, de você estar tocando com os caras que não rola, ou perder um pouquinho do tesão já no Suicidal, você vai empurrar mais isso um pouquinho, ou aí é o cut total?
Yeah, I'm extremely comfortable. My dad said in life, you'll never get anywhere till you learn how to say no. And a lot of times you see people, no, my dad, something happened. Nope. He's like, you want to talk about it? We can talk about it, but no is no. And And in that N-O, you also have to K-N-O-W. You have to know who you are and what you want to do. And I'm at the point that every time that I get on the stage, I feel blessed and lucky, and I have an opportunity. And that's because long before we do that show, when it's proposed, they're like, this is something I want to do. And even on our last shows, we just played in the beach, Huntington Beach, 25,000 people, on the beach that years ago never would have happened. And it's being able to do things that years ago never would happen, to see it happen and happen in such a cool way that's great to be able to be a part of things like that. I mean, it's great to be here. This is the first time, there's only 3 countries I've been to that not playing that I went to, and this is one of them. And it's great to be places and people not know you're there, and to recognize you and be confused, but be like, and give you a hug and say, wow. And it's just a great feeling to be accepted. And I think that's a beautiful thing. And I think people accept us because they know that we didn't try to change who we are. We are who we are. And I think that's great.
Assim, eu já fui em vários shows do Suicidal aqui no Brasil, Monsters of Rock, SWU, Virada Cultural, teve na Áudio, teve no Palace, que já nem é mais Palace, enfim, todos esses shows eu tava lá. Eu acho fenomenal, assim, o show do Suicidal. E é impressionante como o Mike Muir, ele desde os anos 90, né, a banda é dos anos 80, mas que eu lembro dos 90 que eu vi, até hoje ele tem uma presença de palco absurda, emagreceu, é o estereótipo do cara que parece ser o drogadão louco, que fuma, é total temaqueiro de já, e é o oposto disso. Eu queria saber como que ele faz, assim, como que ele cuida do corpo dele, tá ligado? Porque ele emagreceu, eu queria saber isso.
I like that. It's so cute. Well, I don't drink and I never done any drugs, and I think people make certain assumptions. There's one time that I got out of a court thing because the person testified and said he was full of tattoos and this and that, and it didn't have any. And I think people sometimes just make assumptions, and I understand, and but I want to be aware of wherever I am, and sometimes things happen, and you have an opportunity to either just smile and say thank you, or to put some input in there that hopefully that will mean something to somebody. And if you're out of your mind and all you do is care about where your next beer is, or doing drugs or being fucked up, then you're not living, and so it pisses people off sometimes, but it's who I am.
Ok. Ale, vou chamar aqui o Ale, o filho do Chorão. Senta aqui, Ale. O Ale, puta, ele tá andando com o cara aí, tá de rolê pra cima e pra baixo, e o Chorão, que era meu grande amigo, a gente falava muito sobre... Legal, a gente falava muito sobre Suicidal Tendencies. O Chorão sempre comentava, assim, que achava impressionante o fôlego do Mike Muir, assim, que a última música que ele tava fazendo, assim, de um show era exatamente o mesmo fôlego da primeira música. Aproveitar a sua deixa aqui, Ale, e falar o que você tem feito com ele, qual o rolê que vocês estão dando, como que vocês ficaram me conta.
Assim, na verdade, o Mike, eu tive a sorte de conhecer ele em 2013, num show que eles fizeram, se eu não me engano, foi na Clash. Sim. Eu tive a sorte de...
Eu vi esse também lotado, obrigada, Panda, ele que chamou.
Demais. E eu fui filmar uma entrevista que iam fazer com ele, com um programa de internet de uns amigos meus, inclusive do Bento Melo, e eu fui e levei um moletom no meu pai, falando: Mike, muito obrigado por tudo que você fez pela música, não sei o quê, e você é uma grande inspiração do meu pai, eu gostaria de te dar esse moletom. E aí ele ficou totalmente cabulado, falando: não, não, obrigado, não, isso daí é muito precioso pra você, não, obrigado.
Eu vi esse vídeo, meu, vocês filmaram isso, né? Tem filmado.
Sim. E a partir daí, realmente nasceu uma amizade, assim. Tanto que ele veio pro primeiro Também na Atividade, em 2014, com a ajuda do Alex, né, do Panda. E a partir daí, sempre quando ele veio pra cá, a gente dá um jeito de pelo menos sair, ou então pelo menos se dar um oi, assim.
E vai rolar na festa da rádio. Gente, dia 13 de julho, já tá sabendo, né? Pelo amor, dia mundial do rock. A rádio vai fazer um festaralho no Espaço das Américas. Vai ter tributo ao Charlie Brown Jr., mas depois a gente conversa sobre isso, sobre o Charlie Brown com você. Mas vai estar o Mike Muir também nessa festa, né?
Sim. A gente vai ter o Mike Muir com a gente, que assim, esse cara é o responsável por praticamente toda a cultura do rock nacional da década de 80, de 90, de 2000. Não importa, cara. Esse cara aqui, ficar sentado ao lado dele é meio... Sinto frio, assim. Eu tô calor, mas é um frio, assim. We met. Remember when we first met, I gave you my dad's jacket?
Yeah, I have it. I still have the sweatshirt. Yeah.
Pra fechar.
I didn't want to take it.
You didn't
because I was like, I don't think you
much.
regret it, but I still have it, and I was like, didn't know what to do, and he's like, no, he would want you to have it, and I was like, it's a little emotional, like, you know, but...
Para fechar, então, eu queria saber do Mike o que ele gostaria de alcançar com o Suicidal que ainda não rolou e como ele vê a banda hoje.
I think one of the things that I'm proudest about Suicidal is how younger people relate to it. And sometimes I'll have people that'll contact us and say, I used to like Suicidal when I was young, kind of stopped listening, and then had my kid, living life, have a family, and listen to my kids and blah, blah, blah. And I'll hear this music and I was like, wait, what is that? And they talked about rebonding because of Suicidal, hearing the music and realizing that a lot of things that they felt that with people not understanding, it's relevant with their kids and reminding them that, you know, hey, I don't want to be the parent that I thought that my parent wasn't, you know. And so when you sit there and you see families that come to shows together and the age discrepancy from the littlest kids when, you know, people say I'm bringing up my kid, right, you know, and to where my two favorite stories, we played in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and there was 27 people. They said they were from the same family. They're Indian, you know, tribe and stuff. They all came, cousins, nephew, this and that. And I was like, are you all related or are you just, but yeah. And that was amazing. And then, you know, sometimes you'll have 4 generations, you know, grandfather, the kids, their kids and that. And it's great to have the pictures of people when they bring their kid and they're like this. And, you know, you're like playing with a little kid and then you're like looking up to them and like going, I'm glad I was nice. But to see how people relate to it as a family and feel comfortable, that to me is the most important thing, when people accept people for the right reasons, for what they are rather than what they wear or what people think they should be.
Bom, a gente encerra por aqui. Queria agradecer de coração ao Mike Muir. Para mim, para mim e para uma galera, tô falando isso em nome de um monte de ouvintes da rádio, é um dos melhores frontmans que existe no mundo. As letras, a música, o estilo, a pegada, o flow, tem para ninguém. Então, muito obrigada. Master, thank you for much. Love you.
Yeah. Let's get a hug.
Yeah. Thank you so much. You're amazing.
You have still got this whole like thing. You know what I mean?